And welcome back here, everyone, to Townsend Field here in LaMoure as we get set for game number 2. Winner take all today in our championship round between LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley, and the South Border Mustangs. South Border pulled the 5-2 upset in game 1 off of a very good outing from Berkeley, France. Lobos only needed Colby Thielches, but Colby got outdueled by France in game 1, and it'll be Gunnar Thielches going to the mound here in game 2. Going through the lineups for both teams, and our starting lineups are being brought to you by our good friends over at Bassett Motors of Carrington. South Border going to be Blake Goebel, shortstop, hitting second. Caleb Koziak, he'll be catching, so a rare double up behind the plate here for South Border. Berkeley France at third base. Cole Nitschke pitching. He's only got about 30-odd pitches left before he hits his tournament limit. And then you got Chase Martin at first base. Colton Vetter in left field. Colton Vetter in left field. Coulter Mueller DHing. And we got Trent Johnson at second. Connor Strobel in center field. And Jay Goring in right field. Taking a look here at LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley. Gunnar Thielges leading off in pitching today, followed up by Colby Thielges. He'll be at shortstop. Ross Fredenberg at third base. Mason Workin catching today. Brady Hansen over at second base. Logan Potts in left field. Joey Potts at center field. Easton Thielges moves into the starting lineup to make a substitution there. And Colin Barnick keeps his spot at second base. So the first pitch in this second and final game of this Region 3 tournament will be coming up here in just a little bit. Keep it right here on 98.3 and also on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Sometimes finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
So we're back here getting set for this showdown here between South Border and the LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley Lobos. So they had a coin flip to determine who was going to be home, who was going to be away, and the Lobos ended up winning that coin toss, so they will still be the home team on our Bankboard of Carrington scoreboard. First pitch in for a called strike, or a swinging strike, I should say. So the count will start out here at 0-1. So no balls, one strike. Gunnar Thielges will back the man off the plate with a brush ball, and it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams deploy their pitching. And this one driven to left field, and that is off the fence on a hop. So a leadoff double for the South Border Mustangs as Gunnar Thielges rudely gets greeted into this game. So a leadoff double for South Border will bring to the plate Caleb Koziak. So Blake Goebel, a leadoff double, able to set the table for the top of the order here to try to drive him in. Man on second, nobody out. That's to be a shallow fly ball into right field. LaMoure was playing back. They might not have a chance of this one. This one will drop, so everybody moves up 90 feet. Well, this game starts off with a single and a double, and if you were doubting whether or not there would be energy coming from the South Border dugout, well, they are certainly fired up and ready for this game. So it'll be runners at the corners here with nobody down for Berkeley, France. France trying to drive in the first run of the game after stymieing LaMoure for pretty much the entirety of the first game. Winner to the state tournament That'll miss low for ball one. What South Porter has left is a collection of pitchers that all will be pitching to the tournament limit. The worst thing that could happen for LaMoure is they allow Nitschke to just get deep into this game. Essentially, by deep, I mean get through 3 innings. If they allow Nitschke to get through 3, they have probably been over aggressive. Now a steal will be picked up here by South Porter. So runners at second and third here with a 2-0 count. That one right there at the letters for a called strike one. So 2-minute scoring position here with nobody out. South Porter looking to strike early. Ground ball up the middle, and that'll get past the glove of Hansen. They're going to try to score 2 here. Runner to the plate, throw by Thielgis, and he's in there under the tag. So 2 runs coming to score, and South Porter has themselves a 2-0 lead. So Gunnar Thielgis gets tagged for 2 early runs in this one. Through 65 pitches against New Rockford Cheyenne. So even though the daily limit is 120, the tournament limit is $135, so he only has 70 pitches. That one in there for a swinging strike one. So nobody out here and 2 runs across, runner at first base. Pickoff throw back to first base, runner back in plenty of time. So South Porter certainly has gotten the start they needed in both of these games. They jumped out to a 3-0 lead on the Lobos in the first 2 innings of game 1. Now they're up 2-0 here in game 2. That one misses off the plate. Count now goes to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gunner comes set. Will fire home. That'll miss inside for 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. France hasn't looked like he wants to run yet. This is going to be hit high to center field. Potts keeps going back, and now will make the catch over the shoulder. So Potts kept tracking it. Don't know if he got the greatest beat on that ball, but ultimately never let it get over his head, and ultimately Joey Potts able to bring that one in for a much-needed out number 1. So 1 out, and the runner does not advance from first base. This will bring up Chase Martin, who, well, he has had the knack for making timely plays, whether it's timely hits or timely defensive saves. His glove has saved more than its fair share of runs today. And he'll hit this little handle shot, spinning away down the right field line, and that'll drop foul. Foul by about 4 or so feet. So the foul ball will quickly make it an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes. Just underway here in the top of the first inning, but South Porter already has a 2-0 lead. And gets locked up there on a breaking ball for strike 3. So that'll put 2 outs on our Bank Ford of Carrington scoreboard. And now Colton Vetter will step to the box here. So 15 pitches spent for Gunner in this first inning. Pickoff throw back to first base, runner back in time, and I think Berkeley France at this point is, man, I don't know what I did to y'all, but I'm not leaving. He didn't try to steal base in game 1. He hasn't shown the willingness to leave the bag here in game 2. 1 ball, no strikes, and again, kind of being obsessed with 1 runner can throw your focus off the important thing, which is the batter. Count going to go here to 2-0 as that one misses up in the zone. So 2 upstairs fastballs have missed here for Gunner. Thielgis looks back at the man at first. Now will slide step home. That one will catch the outside corner for a called strike. So the count moves to 2-1. Mustangs again up early 2-0 on our Bank Ford of Carrington scoreboard. That will be just off the plate. And it'll be 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls and a strike. That'll be in there for a strike. So now it'll be France in motion here. France has to be careful not to take off too soon and give himself up as a potential pickoff target. Some pitchers are willing to throw over on a 3-2 count. That'll be fouled away, so the AB stays alive. As that will be the 21st pitch of the inning here for Gunnar Philgis. Again, by my calculations, only has about 70 to work with. Pickoff throw back to first base, and France back again for the 3rd straight time. Full count with 2 down. France will be taking off on the pitch. And that'll miss high for ball 4. So South Border showing some patience here and making Gunnar work. I think South Border might have what you would call a liberty. Kind of like you got a bunch of guys that know that they're not going to be asked to go deep into this game. So they're going to be kind of like a modern day MLB bullpen game where you're not asking anybody to hold anything back so you can get deeper onto this game. It is give me the 2 to 3 best innings you got and we'll go from there. Whereas LaMoure, you're probably hoping that Gunnar can get you deep into this one. That one taken for a called strike can get you hopefully to at least, you would say, through the 4th inning. And that's going to miss high, and the count goes to 1-1. A reminder that Koziak does have 48 pitches remaining. He was the game 1 starter, or the first game starter, I should say, for South Border. That'll be a foul ball, and the count goes to 1-2. Koziak through the 5-1 complete game win over the Carrington Cardinals. That'll miss high, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. South Border has taxed up Gunnar Philgis in this 1st inning. And this will be hit right to short. Colby makes a fantastic play, and it's going to hit Easton right in the chest. So a fantastic defensive play. I did not save a run, but it did indeed save some more pitches. 27 pitches spent by Gunnar in that top of the 1st inning. So see how deep he's able to go in this one. So the Southport Mustangs up 2-0 early in this 1st inning. We'll be back here after this break here on 98.3 and on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Looking to do business with a company that has vision? Choose James Valley Grain, a farmer-owned cooperative with a focus on growth, prosperity, and community. When you work with JVG, your profits stay local. With locations in Oaks, Verona, and Berlin, James Valley Grain is proud to be community and farmer-focused. Call 742-5200 today. That's 742-5200. Or look at our website at www.jamesvalleygrain.com. James Valley Grain, proud to be farmer-owned.
The Flair Boutique of New Rockford would like to wish the team good luck in today's game. The Flair Boutique and Coffee Shop has a new dirty soda menu. Try the Coconut Coast, Sunrise Dirty Dr. Pepper, or Strawberry Shortcake. Yum! Come see them from 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and some Saturdays. Find the Saturday schedule on Facebook. Try the new drinks and see their new spring-summer clothing collections. The Flair Boutique of New Rockford is located on Central Avenue in New Rockford. Go Rockets!
So we make our way to the bottom of our Syndac Cooperative, of our 1st inning here, which is being brought to you by the LaMoure Drugstore, where customers come first. That first pitch was brought to you by Syndac Cooperative. Also, shout out to CCJ Trucking for sponsoring all of our pregame shows today. But this is not ideal here for LaMoure. You lose the 1st game, and even though you just had to spend 1 pitcher, you do kind of look at it and be like, man, we had our chances, but well, at least we got, bulk of players that can still go in this one. Well, you find yourself down 2-0, and all of a sudden that kind of bird in hand turns all of a sudden, and now it's starting to turn a bit sour. And after wasting a lot of opportunities in the last game, best medicine for LaMoure would be to get going early in the 2nd one. Nitschke turns and fires. First pitch will skip in for ball 1. Leading off this 1st inning will be Gunnar Thielges. He'll be followed up by Colby Thielges and Ross Fredenberg. So the same 1, 2, 3 we've grown accustomed to here. Looks like we got Easton Thielges warming up off to the side here. Nitzke's next pitch scorched over to short. Bad hop. Handled nicely. Scoop at first made. What a play by Martin. Sometimes there's hard time valuing how good somebody's defense is. There's a stat called defensive run saves. It's not always exact. I mean, that right there, that is a phenomenal scoop made by Martin on a low throw. This will bring up Colby Thielges. Not only 30 pitches, Nitzke can go into this game before he hits his tournament limit. That pitch will miss inside for ball 1. Reason why Nitzke is so limited in this one is due to the battle he was in with Valley City in the first day of this tournament. And Colby smacks this one to center field, but into that high wind, and it knocks the ball down for the second out. And Colby hit it well, but got it up in the air, and that wind is just blowing in. It is every pitcher's dream that's pitching in a small field is that you see the wind blowing in, and it was blowing out in the first day. It is not blowing out this time. So this will bring up Fredenberg. Scoots it up the middle. Nice throw at short. Gets him. No, it's too high. I would rule that a hit. Runners trying to get over to second base. Wasn't a good turn, and it's not even a good throw. Did they get him? No, they didn't. So it'll be a hit and an error in my book. That's how I would score it, because I think Fredenberg beats the throw, but obviously doesn't get to second base without the error. So it's, I would say, single E4. The throw wasn't as high. They might have had a chance to get him over at the second base bag. So the single E4 will put a man over on second base for LaMoure as they try to make something of this inning with 2 outs. So this will bring up Mason Workin. Had probably the best looking swing of anybody in that last game, where he doubled off the left field wall. So Workin takes high for ball 1. Nitzke looks back the man at second base. Now kick and fire home. That'll miss high for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes here. Nitzke, someone who's wind up and stretch look very similar. So it gives him a consistent platform to throw on, but right now he's overthrowing it a little bit and missing up in the zone here. Might be pitching around Working a little bit here. With Hansen on deck. 3-0 count upcoming. See how aggressive Nitzke is with bringing the ball in the zone. And just misses for ball 4. Didn't look like that bad of a pitch, but doesn't get the call. So it'll be runners at second and first with 2 down. So courtesy runner coming in here. And this will bring up Brady Hansen. Hansen at second base after spending the last game behind the dish as the catcher. Looking for a big swing here to try to bring in a run and cut into this deficit. Logan Potts, the man on deck. Nitzke fastball misses up in the zone, so he's missed up high. On the last 3 or so fastballs, those have been well up and out of the zone, and LaMoure's not giving him any freebies. Comes set and kicks. Fastball in there for a strike. And the count will be evened up at a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down and 2 men on here for LaMoure, trailing by 2 in the bottom of our first inning. And that'll shave them back inside, and that'll move the count to 2-1. So Nitzke was rolling early on here. 6 pitches, got 2 outs. Now all of a sudden we're at 13 pitches, and not a terrible situation to be in, but certainly does not want to let this inning go on any longer than it has to. And he'll hit the man, so hit by pitch, he'll load the bases, and Nitzke has lost all feeling for the ball with 2 outs here in the first inning. So the air now does not wipe out a potentially earned run because of the walk and the hit by pitch, meaning that that runner now would have been at third base regardless of the throwing error. That'll be in there for a called strike. Count goes to 0-1. Again, it was a really nice play by the shortstop even to get there, but he had to throw a crossbody off-balance throw that it wasn't going to get Fredenberg in the first place, but the air allowed him to get the second. That'll be up high. The count goes to 1-1. But, of course, with the walk and now the hit by pitch, Fredenberg, even if that ball would have hit the first baseman in the chest, would have been at third base regardless. So if this run does come across the score, it would be a earned run. That one in there for a strike. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. Moore left the bases filled many times in the first game. Nitschke trying to make him do it again. Off-speed pitch, yoinked foul. A little bit of a late defensive swing there from Potts. So the bases stay filled, but the count stays at 1-2. So Nitschke 1 pitch away from getting out of this, but also the Lobos 1 swing away from tying or taking the lead. Pitch by Nitschke outside, and it'll be 2-2. Nitschke's got to start challenging the zone here. He's about to throw pitch number 20. And he's only got 30 to burn, so this might just be a short outing for him. And misses high there. And Nitschke seems bound and determined to try to throw this final strike as hard as humanly possible. The problem is he's throwing it as inaccurately as humanly possible. He's missing erratically out of the zone. Got to focus on getting this one over the plate. Force Potts to swing the bat. Full count pitch, and he hits him. So Nitschke has lost all control of this game. And again, he was at 6 pitches, cruising with 2 outs, and just a hustle single by Fredenberg kept the inning alive, and a quick walk, hit by pitch, and a long, grueling at-bat that ends with another hit by pitch has given the Lobos a run. Now, this is probably, I would say, close to the last batter Nitschke's going to face today. 1 hit could give the Lobos the lead. That one in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Nitschke looks down the runner at third. Now fires that one behind the head of the batter, and it'll be 1-1. The 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Potts. Logan Potts at first. Hanson at second. This will be a ground ball to first. Martin nearly has to get under his belt, but he bobbles it. And he bobbles it again, and the game is tied. It looked like he made a phenomenal play again to get his team out of the inning, but he bobbled it once, tried to pick it up again, couldn't secure it, and that'll be another run that comes in and scores. So a 2-2 ball game here with a pair of errors for South Border. Now Hanson standing over at third base. Nitschke can't get the call. So it'll be 1-0. So both of these pitchers have been rudely introduced into the game, but in different fashions. Gunnar got ambushed right off the bat. Nitschke, on the other hand, was rolling and then by his own hand has pitched himself into quite the predicament and has pitched the Lobos here to a 2-2 tie with all these walks and hit by pitches. That one in there for a strike. Here to the newly minted into the lineup Easton Theologist. 2-1 pitch. Nitschke fires. And he'll miss off the zone. So the youngest Theologist trying to bring in the go-ahead run for his team. And Nitschke about to throw his 29th pitch. Again, going from being 1 pitch away to getting out of it in single digits to now just hoping to get out of this inning still tied, and probably his last batter he's going to face. 29 pitches, about to be pitch 30. Full count, runners going. Low, ball 4, and LaMoure takes the lead. So the Mustangs have gone from looking like they're going to seize control early on here to now allowing the Lobos to walk all over them in this first inning. So this will be it for Nitschke today. Allows 3 runs and just could not get that final out of this first inning. So we'll be back here after this break. This time out brought to you by Dakota Central. Keep it right here on 98.3 and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Ashley Medical Center, working for a healthier you. Built on a tradition of trust and dedication, Ashley Medical Center stands as a premier healthcare provider in the region with a full-service clinic and a wide range of services and specialty care. AMC is here to meet all your healthcare needs. Ashley Medical Center, committed to your health today and for the future. Proud supporter of all area athletes. Call 701-288-3433. That's 288-3433.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
the
acute care, clinic.
Surety Title Company is dedicated to protecting New Rockford families with a price you can afford with professional service. Visit their office at 102 3rd Avenue Southeast or call 701-947-2446. Servicing New Rockford and the entire Eddy County region, Surety Title Company may be able to help you with all your abstracting needs in New Rockford. Professional agents are trained to research your property's title. Surety Title Company would like to wish New Rockford Cheyenne good luck.
During this planning season, contact guys at Gramlow Ltd. in Fullerton. They will be happy to give you advice to be certain that your planner will operate to the best of its ability. They can assist with meter testing and calibration and row unit and drive system inspection and maintenance. They have many products to keep things working properly in the field and to be certain every seed gets simulated, spaced, and placed properly in the soil. Gramlow Ltd. Fullerton, 375-6330 or visit gramlowltd.com.
So South Border going to be sending Vetter to the mound. Colton Vetter to the mound. Now it'll be Berkeley France in left. Cole Nitschke to third base. So left field to the mound. Mound to third base. And then third base to left field. And they are going to call a balk. So LaMoure gets a freebie gift on a balk call. And they're going to say he didn't come set. So that'll bring in another run here for LaMoure. All the Lobos runs have come in with 2 outs here. So after wasting countless opportunities in the last game to do damage, they have taken advantage here, and now the balk being explained here to Vetter, who is acting like someone who hasn't had a balk called on him all game. Or not all game, but all season. So runners at second and third here with 2 down. LaMoure now with a 4-2 lead. That one in there for a strike. So the AB officially underway here. So the bottom of the order now up here for Barnick. Barnick takes a rip at that one, finds himself down now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and typically games like this can turn into a bit of a slugfest because of so many limited pitching resources left. And that'll be fouled away, so the count stays at 0-2, but certainly if you're Gunnerfield just after having kind of a nightmarish start to the game, you now look up and now in your mindset you're going, it's 2-0 right now. Forget about it. It's 2-0. Let's settle in and, kind of go to work. That one in there, called strike 3. So 4 runs come across with 2 down. For LaMoure, they have a 4-2 lead as we now go to our top of the second inning. Back here in a little bit. Keep it right here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
The staff at the LaMoure Drugstore wish good luck to the Lobos in this tournament. When someone on your home team is sick, the LaMoure Drugstore is there to help with prescription and over-the-counter medicines and expert advice. They also have your Lobo apparel on hand, gifts, cards, and don't forget the sunscreen, bug bite lotions, Band-Aids, and other summertime first aid items. At the store where customers come first, the LaMoure Drugstore in the Bank North Mall. Get the look you want, the function you need, and the price you deserve at Hills Cabinetry and Window Decor. From cabinets and countertops to custom showers, window treatments, and closet systems, they have your project covered from start to finish. Their professional design services are always free, and their prices are guaranteed to be the best. Every kitchen and bath is designed with function, quality, and lasting style in mind. Visit Hills Cabinetry and Window Decor, south of Oaks, or call 742-5656 and bring your vision to life. Schlepp Insurance Agency of Ashley would like to take this time to wish all athletes the best of luck during this tournament. Schlepp Insurance offers a full line of insurance coverage: home, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail, and Medicare supplement. Agents Brenda and Melissa are available to assist you with any insurance questions you may have. So call today to set up your appointment, 701-288-3320. That's Schlepp Insurance Agency, located at 208 West Main Street in Ashley.
Ball 1 to start out Johnson here as we get set for our top of the second inning. That'll miss up high for ball 2. So that is pitch number 29 here for Colby Thilgis. Or not Colby, but Gunnar Thilgis. That'll finally break up into the next column as that's a called strike, and it goes to 2-1. 2 balls and a strike with no outs. LaMoure leading 4-2. This is going to be shot out to right field. Right fielder misplayed it a little bit, but he'll move in to make the catch. Not the best read out there in right field, but ultimately just good enough to make the catch. So this will bring up Strobel. That one in there for a strike. So the count starts off here at 0-1. So South Border, again, through the first 6 pitches, looked like they were going to sit down LaMoure 1, 2, 3 and take all the momentum into the second inning, but they just could not get that final out. And it all started with Fredenberg hustling down and forcing an errant throw. Again, he got credited for the hit. That's going to be a flail at the plate there. And Strobel down in the count 1-2. But because of his hustle, he most likely forced a bad throw and able to get to second base. And then it was some walks, some hit by pitches. And Strobel gets rung up there, took a swing he'd desperately like to have back. Just an awkward defensive hack, just hoping to make contact with it. And well, that is 2 quick outs here for Gunnar Thilgis. And after throwing what would have been 28 pitches in the first inning, if he's able to get through this with less than 15, it would be a win, and he might get through a less than 10. This one popped up over to Colby. Colby looks like he's fighting for it, and he drops it. Colby Thiel just dropped the ball at shortstop, and that's not a sight you're used to seeing. That was about as routine can get, and Thiel just might have just lost it in the sun. So an error keeps the inning alive for South Border. Well, the best thing Gunnar can do is to pick up his brother, is get the next man out. So this will bring up the 2-hole hitter, Caleb Koziak. Koziak takes a rip at that one, and he'll foul it away. Count starts here, and no balls, 1 strike. Can't let this inning get away from you. Even in terms of not giving up a run, you got to sit your man down. You got to get out of this inning within, I say, the next 5 pitches, but that's going to make it hard to do. That one's laced up the middle for a single. So the error kept the inning alive, and now the Mustangs have the tying run on base with their most dangerous hitter coming up here in Berkeley, France. So France moved to left field. Now Gunnar going through a predicament that a lot of pitchers find themselves in, is having to fight off the thoughts of, I should be out of this inning. Why am I even still pitching? And focusing on settling in and getting that last out. That's a good little off-speed pitch there. Trying to pitch France in reverse, and that'll be taken for a called strike. 0-1 pitch upcoming, and France fooled again. Out in front of another off-speed pitch, and it'll go to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 away and 2 men on. The pitch by Gunnar. Skied into the air. It's heading over to foul territory, and that'll be near a car that's crossing. Fortunately, the car saw it, so he didn't get hit by it. And not a lot of foul territory over on the left side, although it probably would have been close to getting out over the right side as well. France takes that one high and away for ball 1. The pitch here to France. Swings at a drop third strike. The throw does have to be made the first, and it'll be made in time. So Gunnar able to slam the door after a 2-out error, kept the inning alive. He has to get the 43 pitches, but ultimately able to prevent any more batters from getting on base. So ultimately slams the door like he's supposed to. We now go to the bottom of the second, score at 4-2 in favor of LaMoure. Back after this break here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm headed to Headlocks. 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 Carrington, North Dakota.
At Dakota Plains Credit Union, we're more than just a credit union. We're your biggest cheerleader. Whether you're opening your first savings account, buying your dream car or home, or passing the family business to the next generation, we're here to help you thrive. Your journey is our passion, and your success is our mission. Come grow with us. Dakota Plains Credit Union, with branches in Edgeley, Ellendale, and Enderlin. Member NCUA. Looking for the perfect gift for any occasion? Say hello to the Farm Girl Floral and More in LaMoure, your one-stop shop for beautiful flower bouquets, candy bouquets, stylish clothing, homemade jellies and dips, and unique handcrafted gifts. From birthdays to just because moments, we've got something to make every day a little brighter. Stop in today on Center Avenue in East LaMoure to discover local charm, creative gifts, and a little something special for everyone. Visit Farm Girl Floral and More today to find the perfect gift for any occasion.
First pitch here in our bottom of the second inning, taken for a called strike 1. Better back out there for South Porter. And Gunnar's going to chop this one over to third base. Nitschke's got it. Throw to first. In time by a half step. Slow Gunnar running hard out of the box. One of those days where you curse yourself being right-handed. If he's a lefty, he's safe. But because he's a righty, that extra little distance he had to travel gets him out. So now this will be Colby Field just stepping up here. Now he'll ground this one over to Nitschke. It eats Nitschke up. He's got to make another quick throw. This one's going to be up the line, so the bobble will be an error. I mean, it should be an error. How are we going to score this, boys? Because that's an E. All right, good. Not completely biased. I mean, Colby runs hard out of the box. It wasn't going to be a guaranteed out unless you made a really good throw to third base. But it's like, come on, boys. Let's hold on to the integrity a little bit on the scorer's booth. That one going to be swung on and fouled away for strike 1. Officially, Colby Field just didn't give up a run in that loss to South Porter here in game 1. I say there's 2 to 3 hits South Porter would very much like to say they did have, which would have added on to Colby's earned run total. But either way, that is ancient history at this point. Quick 0-2 count here to Fredenberg. Vetter kicks and fires. Colby off and running. That one fouled away. So Colby took off and ran and got a decent jump off the lefty Vetter. Some lefties, that you'll see that they have the kind of more deliberate leg kick because they can kind of hold runners on a little bit easier with that leg kick, while righties have to be a little bit more quicker to home to be able to give their catcher a chance. Colby doesn't run this time, and this will be fouled away. And yeah, that didn't quite come into the window I'm at, but it's one of those where you see it coming in and you're like, I'm just going to back away slowly here. We're more concerned about it going through the window the camera's in. That'll be fouled away, and the count stays 0-2. Like my boss has told me numerous times, you are replaceable. The camera is not. I tried to take it to HR. They just turned around and put on the HR pen. So no balls, 2 strikes. With 1 away, this will be fouled over towards LaMoure dugout. So Fredenberg not making it easy. Vetter looking for that put-away stuff. Vetter at 13 pitches. Nitschke started this game, but he got knocked out in the first inning. This will be a ground ball up the middle. Sliding play made. Out at second. Throw to first. Double play. Martin with another scoop. So a clutch double play turned there by the Mustangs. And we now go to the top of the third. Score unchanged. LaMoure still leads 4-2 back after this break here on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. The store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
Back here to start our top of the third inning. First pitch in for a called strike to Nitschke. Hit this one off the end of the bat. Roller to third. Throw's going to have to be a good one, and that's right to Easton Thilgis for out number 1. So Nitschke sat down after only 2 pitches. And Gunnar Thilgis was kind of close to wrestling control back of his pitch count. But because of that error by Colby, he had to spin a bit more bullets. But again, if the last inning was any indicator, he might be in for another quick inning. Or it should be on pace for another quick inning. It'll be up to his defense, perhaps, to ensure said quick inning. Second pitch will be swung on and missed. And, well, Martin has made some fantastic picks over at first base. Bat, though, left a little on the table at times. And he'll swing it all 3 pitches, come up empty all 3 times. And that is a 3-pitch punch-out for Colby Thilgis, or for Gunnar Thilgis, that is spoiled by a mis-execution of the around the horn play. So Potts goes out and throws that one in. So this is another opportunity for Gunnar to throw up a quick inning. Again, like I said, probably wanted to try to get him through 4, have him maybe got to pull him in the 5th, but After that big first inning, it looked like that might be wishful thinking, but he's put together a pretty solid outing. Now this will be Vetter. He's now up in the count 2-1 after that called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 down. Nobody on base for the Mustangs, and that'll miss high for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. And we saw what happened in the first inning when you struggle to get all 3 outs. That one in there, though, for a called strike, and it's 3-2. This for Gunner is an important pitch. Just pretty much guaranteeing yourself a crack to get through 4 innings. That'll be a ground ball over to Colby. Charges in, picks it up, throw to first. Ooh, Easton's got to go and pick it out the ground. He almost throws it at Colby, being like, hit me up here next time. But Easton bails out the elder fieldist with a nice pick over at first base. So that'll keep the game here at 4-2. That's 54 pitches now for Gunner. So we now go to another break here as we get set for our bottom of the third inning here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Looking for the perfect place
Did you know that over 70% of high school students report not drinking alcohol in the last 30 days? Youth not drinking is the norm. You want your child to make informed decisions about alcohol and other drugs with reliable information about the dangers of use. Parents are the #1 influence for youth. Communicate regularly, show concern, set clear rules, be open and trusting. Parents do make a difference. Stay safe and best of luck to all the teams from your LaMoure County Public Health Department.
Ashley Super Value is your hometown grocery store with small town service and big town selection. From fresh produce to everyday essentials, they've got everything you need, plus the area's famous homemade sausage and delicious kuchen. Available for shipping anywhere. Friendly faces, quality you can trust, and service that goes the extra mile. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Stop in or call 288-3419 today. And good luck to the South Border Mustangs from your friends at Ashley Super Value. Find them on Facebook.
Graduation's next week. The house looks like a tornado hit.
Relax. Call Service Master. They'll have your place sparkling in no time.
Graduation's right around the corner. You really think they can handle this mess before the big day?
Absolutely. Service Master Pros will make sure your home's guest ready in no time.
Stop stressing. Call Service Master today and book your pre-graduation clean. 845-4959. The clean you expect, the service you deserve.
Mason Workin set the lead off the bottom of our third inning. Vetters back out there for South Border. That one off the plate for ball 1. 4-2 ball game here. LaMoure out in front after rallying for 4 2-out runs in the bottom of the first. That's going to even up the count here at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway here in our bottom of the third. This will be fouled away and off over yonder. Leading off is Mason Workin. So Workin behind the dish today in this second game. Working with a 1-2 count. That'll be a ground ball, and that'll get through cleanly for a single. So runner at first base with the single. And LaMoure, again, they would love to get this opened up and get it opened up quickly. And the top end pitching depth for LaMoure, they know they got a lot of it with Colby, Gunner, and Mason. But it's kind of where everybody's going, like, if we can just get them off the field just and working, that's when we can start doing damage. That's the mindset of a lot of teams here. So for South Border, seemingly for them, it's all about survival. For the Lobos, it's all about attack while you got the chance. Swing here by Hanson. Will put the count at 0-1. They'll hit this one to third. Nitschke picks it up. Throw to second. Now it's in time. Oh, whoa. They rule him safe. Oh, the umpire just missed a big call. I mean, you can see on the replay, clear as day, his foot's not only on the bag, but he goes to slap a tag on him, and the umpire just missed it. I mean, they got to go and talk this out, man. You can't have this. You got to talk it out, man. You got 3 of you out there on the field. And, yeah, okay. Oh, and LaMoure, if LaMoure complains, like this is complaining about being given something you should have got in the first place. I mean, he's out, and he should be out. They got the call right. And now the first base coach for LaMoure is just glaring daggers. And now the third base coach is going to go out to argue. They got the call right. For LaMoure, you can be as mad as you want, saying, "Oh, you were the one that called him safe." Yeah, well, you want the call to be right. The call's going to be right. And you know what? The fact of the matter is, it isn't because you're LaMoure and they want to, make sure you lose this game. No, it's because they want to get the call right. If it was the other way around, they'd do the same thing for you. So again, you can be mad all you want. It's the right call. And guess what? If that would have been the game-winning run that would send you to state, you don't think South Border would be mighty cross about that happening? I mean, this is a joke at this point for LaMoure to be arguing this. It's an absolute joke. It is a joke to be arguing that call. Like, you knew that you got gifted a freebie, and you can tell the third base coach is walking back, and he's going to act all disgruntled. When immediately when that call was made, he kind of turned around and went like, "Ooh, we got one." Like, it was the right call being made. Like, it's silly to argue that. I mean, your runner was out not once but twice. Not only was the foot on the bag the first time, but he got tagged on the backside before his foot got there. So what? It's not like they gave you 2 outs for the price of 1. Element is high, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Hansen. Small lead off first base. Vetter trying to work his way back into this count. Element's low, and it goes to 3-0. 3-0 count coming up here. Potts standing on deck. Ooh, just the letters for a called strike. Not a pitch you want to take a rip at there, but close enough to be a strike. So Logan Potts trying to set the table for his brother Joey. The pitch in there for a called strike 2. Firm pop of the mitt there from Vetter. Big full count pitch coming up here. Only 1 out, so the runner doesn't have to be in motion. Vetter kicks and deals. Ooh, fooled him, but just able to foul that one off as Potts. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, man at first base. Vetter at 26 pitches. Kicks and deals. This will be ground ball over between third and short, and that'll get through for a knock. So good job there by Potts to stay in that AB. Looked like he was content to wait till he got 2 strikes, and that's just good strike hitting. Choke up on the bat a little bit and just shoot it between short and third. Excellent bit of hitting there by Logan Potts. Now to bring up Joey Potts. So Vetter with 2 men on and 1 down. Bunt shown, and it's a really good bunt. Vetter's going to need to make a good throw to first, and he does. They'll move everybody up 90 feet. Do I like it? Not really. Feel like you're putting a lot of weight on the 8-hole hitter. Easton Field this is a gamble. It's a gamble. It's a gamble you can make up 4-2. Down 2-4, I don't think you make this play, but up 4-2, it's a reasonable gamble. That'll be taken high for ball 1. So Field takes high for ball 1. Vetter looks in at the target, will kick fire. And a nice sliding block by Koziak will keep that one in front of him. And Koziak, kind of a smaller catcher, but has shown good side-to-side defense so far today. And might have saved his team a run right there with a good block. Runner dancing around there. Now they got a chance at third. Oh, the throw was up to Nitschke, and they call a balk. And he just did not come set. So run comes in to score on the balk, and he just lost his footwork. Now, pitcher's out there, again, wondering what happened, and he's just shaking his head. Either way, it's 2 balls, no strikes. Now a run across, and it's a 5-2 lead for LaMoure. 2 of their 5 runs have come off the balk, and that time he steps off the mound deliberately and throws over to third base. Now he's going to come out of the set. Now he's going to come out of the stretch, I should say. So 2 balls, no strikes. Potts in a deep, deep lead. Allen in there for a strike, and it goes to 2-1 on a great pitch to take a rip at there. 2 balls and a strike. And Potts essentially just getting a walking lead over at third base. Ooh, that looked like more of a strike than the last one, but that one might have been a bit further off the plate. So 3-1, and that wind really starting to whip in here. Those flags pointing straight back at the hitters. Settlement's high and outside, ball 4. So runners on the corners here with 2 down. So, well, big opportunity here, and I believe we're going to get a new hitter into this one here for LaMoure. So LaMoure putting a pinch hitter into this game, and that'll be Jaden Paul. So Jaden Paul comes in. First pitch here by Vetter. Taken for ball 1. Ball, assumingly, will go out to right field, where Barnick was. 1-0 pitch by Vetter. Inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. And 2 of the 5 runs for LaMoure have come off balks. All 5 runs have come with 2 outs. Vetter kicks and deals. That one in there for a called strike, and it's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and interesting if and when they make the move to put Koziak in this game. That one in there, and it goes to 2-2. Not only was Koziak pretty dominant against Carrington, he was also efficient, which is something that they have not really had in a little bit. 2-2 pitch. Swinging, strike 3. So the pinch hitter goes down swinging, and the Lobos leave 2 men on base, but push 1 across off the balk. So it is a 5-2 lead for LaMoure as we go to our top of the 4th inning. Way back here a little bit after this break here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
No one can guarantee.
You want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Bassett Motors, where our customers send their friends.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in and see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
No one can guarantee that the pitcher will put the ball in the strike zone or that the player at bat will hit a home run. But Agra Valley Insurance can help set you up with the coverages you need to be protected in the case of a disaster. Let Mark Cleaver and Holly Braun at Agra Valley Insurance help you choose the best coverage for your farm, home, auto, crop, and hail insurance needs. Give them a call at 883-5422. Good luck to all the players from everyone at Agra Valley Insurance in the Bank North Mall, LaMoure.
So 2-0 here to the leadoff man in this top of the 4th inning. Center field just back out there for LaMoure, and now we'll get back into the count with a firm strike 1. LaMoure leading 5-2 on our bank forward of Carrington scoreboard. This will be hit sharply up the middle, and that'll be a base knock. So the designated hitter comes through to give the Mustangs a desperately needed leadoff base runner. So Coulter Mueller comes through with the knock. And this will bring up Trent Johnson. Yeah, they desperately need the bottom of the order to come up clutch here and just give the top of the order a chance to do some damage. That'll miss high for ball one. Again, winner of this game goes to the state tournament. South Florida forced this winner take all game and got out to a good start. But after a disastrous close out to that first inning, found themselves down 4-2, and now another balk put a run home to make it 5-2. 3-0 count here. Again, for those of you that just tuned in the first 6 pitches, the Mustangs got 2 outs in the bottom of the first after taking that 2-0 lead, and that's going to be outside ball 4. But then they could not get that final out, and LaMoure chased the starter Nitschke from the game, and now Gunnar Thielges sitting at 62 pitches. And it looks like they're going to point out, and I think they're saying Easton Thielges. Yes, this is going to be a pitching change here. Easton Thielges going to come into this game with 2 men on and nobody out. So we'll be back here after this break, brought to you by Dakota Central. We'll be right back here when it's time to resume play here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Did you know that over 70% of high school students report not drinking alcohol in the last 30 days? Youth not drinking is the norm. You want your child to make informed decisions about alcohol and other drugs with reliable information about the dangers of use. Parents are the #1 influence for youth. Communicate regularly, show concern, set clear rules, be open and trusting. Parents do make a difference. Stay safe and best of luck to all the teams from your LaMoure County Public Health Department.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hui.
So defensive arrangement, Gunnar Thielges will now go to center field. The 2 Pots, Logan and Joey, anchor them in left and right field. Easton Thielges will go from first base to the mound, which means the new first baseman will be Brady Hansen. Taking over at second base, that's going to be Colin Barnick. And that should be about the changes. So Easton Thielges coming on fresh here. Trying to shut down a potential rally. 2 men on, nobody out. Pitch here by Thielges will be off the plate for ball 1. So, nobody but whose name is Thielges has graced the mound here at Townsend Field for LaMoure today. That'll miss, or no, get up in there for a strike. Colby went all 7 innings of the loss in game 1, and Gunnar got him into the 4th. And now Easton trying to perhaps bring this one home with a full pitch limit at his disposal. Now up in the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going to deliver home. And this one going to be hit over to short. Colby's got it, but bobbles it. He's going to go to third. A nice heads-up play there made by Colby Thielges as he bobbled that ball, and instead of panicking, he realized he still had time to get the runner at third. So fielder's choice cuts the man down, but it'll still be runners at second and first. This time, it'll be 1 down. So this will be the key for Easton Thielges is getting out of this. It's getting through the top of this order. First pitch here to Goebel off the plate. So the count starts out at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Tying run at the dish. In there for a called strike, and it goes to 1-1. Houston trying to settle himself into a steady rhythm. Gets the sign quickly and will deal forward. Now a sharp liner, and that is knocked down at second base, but no chance at first. That'll be a knock. It should be a knock. I swear it's not a knock. We're being a little litigious with the rules, and there we go. So it'll be bases loaded. So this will be Caleb Koziak coming up. So bases juiced of Mustangs. Tying run at first base. Koziak looking for a big swing. That'll be in there for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. First baseman playing in here, and Hansen. This one skied into the air. LaMoure's hoping this thing stays in. It's near the fence, and it's going to get out of play. And to antagonize them, the ball hits out of play over the high fence and then takes a bounce so high it jumps back into play. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, bases juiced. Easton Field just trying to work here out of a jam. He inherited 2 runners on, no outs. He's allowed 1 man to get on with a single. The pitch here to Koziak. Takes the outside strike for called strike 2. Danger looming in the on-deck spot with Berkeley, France. Easton shakes the first sign. Now will nod at the second. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball over to third. They're going to come home with it. They get the runner. Runner slides in. And that'll prevent another run from coming in and scoring. So back up another out on the Bank Forward of Carrington scoreboard without any runs coming in to score. So Berkeley, France coming in. So Field just doesn't necessarily have the velocity to get a lot of swings and misses. But France certainly has enough power to tie or take this game completely over. That'll be in there for a called strike. Good news behind him is the defense has been solid. Colby cut down the lead runner at third for the first out, and then the lead runner got cut down at home for the second. Now this one shot into right field, and that's going to get down, and we could have ourselves a tie game. That's going to be off the shed in right field. LaMoure's going to get this one in quick. 2 runs are home. The third coming to the plate. Throw offline. And you were waiting all day for the big fella to come through, and Berkeley, France with a bases clearing 2-out triple. Makes it a tie game here at 5-5. So Berkeley, France makes it a 5-5 game. 7 hits now for South Border. Now Easton Field just trying to prevent more damage. Nitsky still a lot of thunder in his bat. Takes a little of a high strike there for strike 1. That was just a dart off the bat there of France. Slow delivery home. And that'll be taken for a called strike 2. So Nitsky finds himself down in the count 0-2. He didn't have a great start to this game. He'd love to come through here. And gets knotted up here. Didn't get the bat off his shoulder, so Field just prevents the Mustangs from taking the lead. But just like that, South Border has once again tied the game with a bases clearing double, from Berkeley, France. We'll be back here in a little bit. Score tied up 5-5 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on 98.3 and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
Great food value is right in your neighborhood at your LaMoure Food Store. Take a look at their weekly flyer and you'll find specials on fresh cut meats, perfectly ripe fruits and vegetables, bakery items, and more. And don't forget the ice for your graduation parties and Memorial Day weekend. They've got you covered with meat and cheese trays, buns, chips, pop, you name it, they got it. At LaMoure Foods, open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 10 to 4.
Looking for quality you can taste and service you can trust? That's R3 Meat, your local meat processing experts. From custom beef and deer processing to sausage, jerky, and smoked meat, R3 Meats delivers clean, careful processing, and delicious results every time. Hunters, farmers, and families, bring your harvest to a place that treats it right. R3 Meats, locally owned, locally trusted, and proudly serving our community. Call R3 Meats today and taste the difference.
So we're set to begin our bottom of the fourth inning. Brand new ball game tied up here at 5-5. So this will be Gunnar Fieldjes coming up. So now, what pitching staff has more in the tank? Everybody spent their best bullets. It's all going to come down to which side can get the most out of what they got left. That'll be low and in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Reminder, Koziak still has 48 pitches to spin today. Only threw 72 to throw the complete game against Carrington. That'll miss low for ball 3. So Gunnar not been tempted yet to swing at any of those low inside floaters. That'll be catching the inside corner a little bit firmer that time. The count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch here to Gunnar. That's going to be smoked out into center field for a single. Oh, that'll put the leadoff man on for the Lobos. Koziak, not a big arm behind home plate, so expect to see Gunnar off and running here early on. Oh, Colby Fieldjes. Digging in here to that right-hand box. We know he's got power to leave the yard. If he gets it up in the air and pulls it really hard down the left field line, he's got a chance. Bunt put down, strike called regardless. Gunnar in with the feet first dive at second base off the steal. Again, that wind's blowing in, but you can ride the wind a little bit. Again, if you hook this ball to left field, you're going to get some carry. Because the wind's not blowing straight, and it's kind of blowing across to left. Low block, good block by Koziak. Always love when pitchers spike a ball and they immediately go to tap the chest after the catcher blocks, and then the catcher goes like, yeah, I know. Don't have to confirm that for me. I knew it wasn't my bad. 1-1 pitch. Ooh, good little front door breaking ball. Colby sitting fastball. Got kind of buckled by that slow bender. So Vetter looking for a big first out here. 1-2 pitch. Off the plate. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 47 pitches for Vetter. Vetter nods at the second sign he gets. Now we'll kick and fire. This will be a ground ball, and that'll split short and third. Left fielder comes in to get it. No chance for Gunnar to come around and score, but that will put runners at the corners with no outs. So runners at the corners with no outs as the Lobos look to get that lead right back. So reminder, after the Mustangs got a pair in the first inning, the Lobos quickly doubled them up, and well, more certainly would not say no to another double up here if they can somehow find a way to get 6 runs in the bottom half of this inning. This will be Ross Fredenberg coming up. Colby's off and running. Bunt pulled back. They throw back down to third, and that'll be a called strike. So really, South Border knows they don't really have a chance to throw any of them out behind the dish. So now they're going to come in and pinch. And this is actually where I agree with South Border coming in and pinching to try to cut down a runner at the plate. Because the game's tied. They're not in front. Oh, and that one's going to kick away from Koziak, but Gunnar didn't get a good read on it. And Koziak just caught a piece of it. And what runners are looking for at third base is they're looking for the ball to just sneak right through what we kind of call a curtain. You're looking for the ball to get through the curtain into the backstop. When it kind of goes off stage left or goes off stage right, that's a harder read to get. Big swing there by Fredenberg, but comes up empty. And it'll now be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners at second and third. Infield pinched in here for the Mustangs, looking to cut down a potential runner at the plate. Ooh, tried to front door him up high with a breaking ball, but missed it. Now the question is for the Mustangs is, do you have the arm capable to look back a runner at third base, go to first, and then get the out? Because if I'm Gunner, unless it's hit to right to third, I'm just going to stand there and make you throw it back to third. And they miss outside again, and it'll be a full count at 3-2. So Vetter, 53 pitches, in danger of loading the bases with no outs. The pitch, that is fouled away. Big hack taken by Fredenberg. Oh, the AB stays alive. LaMoure looking to take the lead here in this winner-take-all matchup here for the Region 3 title. The pitch to Fredenberg. Strike 3 taking a Gramlow LTD strikeout, and that is a big one right there. Now this will bring up Workin. And a little too early to be wondering should you walk Workin here to pitch to Hansen and give you an easier play at any base. And right now you're just kind of playing it one at a time. That'll miss high, and the count will go here to 1-0. The one thing if you're Southporter is that if LaMoure is going to get a run here, they have to earn the run. The last thing you want to do is give them another run off a balk or a fielding error or a wild pitch. That'll be fouled away. And now LaMoure saying it hit the glove. And they're saying it hit the glove. And now LaMoure wants the call to get right. Now that it would help them, they want the call to get right. They don't want to stick with the original call. Surprise how that works. Now they're saying it wasn't catcher's interference. If so, the runner would move. And they are going to say it was catcher's interference. So now it's okay that the call got right. You know, two or so innings ago, it was an absolute embarrassment to the game to get the call right. But now it's okay. Surprise how that works. This isn't a LaMoure thing. This is just a baseball coaches in general thing. Baseball coaches in general, some of the biggest hypocrites you'll ever find. They want the umpire to get the call right when it's for them. When it's not going to favor them, absolutely miss the call. So courtesy runner at first base, and the base is juiced off the catcher's interference. Hansen, slow roller back to the mound. Play should be home. They get one. Throw to first. It's high, and it's into the outfield. So the run comes in to score on the air, and there it is. LaMoure takes the lead. So they did everything right, but finish it off. So LaMoure will now take the 6-5 advantage. And just, you don't know whether or not the catcher's interference made that run get home. This is going to be hit off the handle by Potts. Shallow center field, not going to be an easy play. Shortstop out to grab it. He falls to his backside, and he'll make the catch. But you don't know whether or not that catcher's interference was the reason that run scored. Reason why. Mid second, third, no outs. That dribbler to the pitcher. That runner probably doesn't move from third base, and if he does, he's dead meat at home, which means that next sequence right there might have just given LaMoure the game off that catcher's interference. Like you said, if you're LaMoure, or if you're Southporter, you want to make LaMoure earn it. Instead, you give him a gift on an error. So we'll be back here in a little bit with the start of our top of the fifth inning back after this break here on 98.3 and on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Hey, did you hear that? If you missed a play, you're sure to find the story in your local paper. Pick up a copy of the Litchfield Bulletin for all your LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion stories, or the LaMoure County Chronicle for all your LaMoure, Edgeley, and Colum stories, city and county meetings, and classifieds. Get the LaMoure County Chronicle or the Litchfield Bulletin for the features you want and the local news you need. They also offer a full-service print shop. Call LaMoure Printing at 883-5393.
All sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the NDHSAA and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
6-5 lead for LaMoure, and big rip taken by Martin at pitch number 1, but comes up empty, and the count will start off here 0-1. Easton Field just back out there pitching for the Lobos. So we are now at 3 innings left here in the season, potentially, for both the Lobos and the Mustangs. Next pitch here to Martin, and he'll foul that one away, and the count goes to 0-2. But again, going back to whether or not that catcher's interference cost the Mustangs a run, you can't say because it's a different batter that grounded out to the pitcher. Still just his 0-2 pitch here. Going to be a ground ball up the middle, and he's got it. Now he says something to Martin, who never let go of the bat. So that'll be out number 1. But you kind of, you can't really say it cost you a run because you don't know what the other hitter would have done, the one that got on base with the catcher's interference. More or less what actually cost you the run was the catcher just skying the throw. It's a harder throw than you think because usually that means you want to throw it right to the outside part of the bag. You don't really want to throw it right at first base. Liner caught at third base. So good fielding here by LaMoure. Has picked them up 2 quick outs. Oh, a nice hot shot pickup there by Fredenberg. He struggled at shortstop, but now he's back to his natural position of third, and he makes a nice pickup there. Well, let's bring up Coulter Mueller. Mueller takes a strike. And now Easton Thielges, after kind of getting hit around a little bit when he came in, opportunity now to throw up a crucial 0. That one in there, and it goes to 0-2. Big thing for the Lobos is make Easton feel comfortable out there. Give him run support. Make sure he's not pressing out there thinking he's got to put it all on himself. You got to support a young pitcher like him with run support. And that'll be a foul ball by Mueller. Keeps the count at 0-2. Because the more weight you can take off the shoulders of Easton Thielges, the better. I'll be off the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. And he's not missing wildly. He's not wild. He's actually doing a good job to throw strikes. But with strike throwers, they usually don't have the velocity to put guys away themselves. So the defense is going to have to be sharp behind them. And that'll be another foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. So defense has to be sharp behind them. And because the propensity for offensive explosions with strike throwers is always going to be there as well, that's got to be sharp too. And Mueller out front of that one, and he just keeps himself alive. And I think he recognized the breaking ball out of the hand. He was just way out in front of it. It's kind of a breaking ball. You recognize breaking ball, but you don't calculate the speed correctly. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Taking off the outside corner for ball 2. 2-2 pitch upcoming here. And fires and he'll get a big strikeout. The first ground low LTD strikeout for Easton Thielges in this game, and it's a big one as he'll send his team to the bottom of the 5th inning with a 6-5 lead. So the Lobos coming up trying to expand their lead. We'll be back here after this break. Keep it right here on 98.3 Thunder and over on the KDAC YouTube channel.
It's planting season, and just like baseball, it's all about a strong start. Every acre counts, every pass matters, and the team at Valley Plains Equipment is ready to help keep you in the game with the parts, service, and support you need to knock planting out of the park. Then after the final inning of the season, bring your planter in for a postseason inspection. Catch issues early, avoid errors next spring, and stay ready for opening day in the field. Valley Plains Equipment, your home team for ag support. Those bins aren't going to empty themselves. When the market moves and it's time to haul, meet Compson Trucking. We're the new guys in North Dakota, based right here in the Valley City area, and we're here to shake things up. Beans, corn, grain, wherever it needs to go, we're hauling. We'll charge you by the load or by the hour. We'll even jump in the field and help you out if you're short-handed. Our motto? We rip off the other guys and pass the savings on to you. Don't pay more for the same haul. Get the savings you deserve with Compson. Call Compson Trucking today, 840-9878. We're ready to roll when you are.
So here we go, beginning our bottom of the fifth inning. It is a 6-5 lead for the LaMoure-Litchfield-Marion-Edgeley Lobos over the South Border Mustangs. First pitch misses for ball one. Better's still out there. Better looks in at the target. Lefty turns and fires. That one in there for a called strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. You look at 3 runs for the Lobos have come by them not swinging the sticks or come by way of them hitting. This one up the middle, diving, knocked down at short. Oh, he knocked the wind out of himself, potentially. Prevented it getting through for a single to center field, but shortstop might have just knocked the wind out of himself there. It'll go down as a single. Oh, good swing there by Potts, but going to draw a bit of concern there on the health of Goebel. Goebel sold out to get that one, and never want to tell a player to be less aggressive, but even if he gets to that, unless that he just popped up to a knee and threw an absolute strike, there's probably no way he was going to get Potts. So at least you do like a shortstop, though, that's going to put it on the line, even when it might not be worth it. Well, this will bring up Easton Thilges. Talked about how the offense needs to give him some support. Be nice if Easton picks up a little support for himself right now. How aggressive Potts is going to be on the bag. Again, not a big arm behind home plate in Koziak. First pitch, that'll miss high, and yeah, that's going to be a problem if that's what is going to happen with Vetter. Problem is he got set, kicked his leg up, looked at the runner at first base, then went home, and just the herky-jerkiness of the mechanics nearly sailed that one over the head of his catcher. That one misses high, too. At that point, son, you got to pitch normal. You can't be doing this whole trying to do 3 things at once, because if you're trying to do 3 things at once, the main thing usually isn't being done. And he bounces that one, and it's been the exact same motion 3 straight times where he kicks his leg up, it's looking home, then looks at the runner, then looks back home, then goes home, and he's been wildly inaccurate. Now we'll focus right in on the target, and what do you know? A strike. Like, if they're going to steal, they're going to steal. The only thing is they're only stealing second base. They haven't tried to get third on you yet. Now he kicks and deals. That'll be a ground ball over to short. Nice hop the field on. Out at second. Throw to first. Martin can't scoop it. Can't assume a double play, so it won't go down as an error. If Easton had tried to advance himself to second base and got there, then it would have been an error. Good throw, though. Would have most definitely got Easton at first base, so that'll be out number 1. So courtesy runner coming in here for the Lobos to replace Easton Thilges on the base pass. So this will be, I believe, Barnick stepping up to the dish. So man on first with 1 out. Lobos holding that slim 6-5 lead here on the bottom of the 5th inning. Vetter currently at 67 pitches. Gonna come set, looks the man back at first. Now we'll kick and fire home. Ground ball to third, right down the line. Nitsky's got it, needs a good throw. Runner hustling hard. Was gonna beat the throw regardless. And now that thing's rattling around in the right field corner. And now, though the runner thought he was going home, and now this one gets thrown away. Now he will go home. It wasn't the first error that was a mistake. It's the second one, and now it's thrown away. A potential Little League home run. The throw to the plate is not in time. The throw skips away, and the Lobos steal 2 runs. So the Lobos just might have got those 3 runs that might be enough to get them to the state tournament. Oh, just an absolute heartbreaking mistake when they couldn't have it. Nitschke's throw was offline. I was going to give him credit for a hit regardless. That's how fast the runner was getting it down the line. And then that ball rattled around the access over in right field. The runner thought that he was going home all the way, so he barely stopped at the stop sign. Then it was a bad throw in that got away from Martin. And then the throw ends up coming home, and it's a worse one that gets over the head of the catcher, and that's how you get the Little League home run that never got out of the infield. And right now, this is going to draw a timeout, a regathering of sorts here from South Border. So timeout brought to you by Dakota Central back here after this break.
Not every load is the same. Not every load is the same, and that's why experience matters. At CCJ Trucking, based in North Dakota, they provide dependable hauling services across the U.S. and Canada. From heavy machinery and bulk liquids to grain and general freight, they move every load safely, efficiently, and on time. When you need reliable hauling without the hassle, trust the team at CCJ Trucking to get it done right. For dependable service, call Clay at 320-8927 or Phil at 605-216-6454.
So 8-5 lead here for the LaMoure, Litchfield, Marion, Edgeley Lobos. And only one out. Nitschke has just had a game that he is probably wanting to forget. And it's going to be swung on and fouled away, so the count goes to 1-1. He came in for relief and slammed the door on the Lobos in the last game to get them to the second game. He was entrusted with the start as well in the second. That'll miss high, and it goes to 1-2. Got the first 2 guys on about 6 pitches and then just could not get that final out. Got yanked at 30, not out of the first inning. So he was on the hook for the loss. That in there for a called strike. So it'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes. But that throwing error right there, he might not be on the hook for the loss for pitching anymore. He's definitely on the hook for this one, though. That is a bomb to left field. It is gone by about 100 feet. Foul. That was crushed. That was crushed to left field, but you just felt the wind go right through the press box at the moment that ball got into the air, and the moment that ball was hit exactly how you have to hit it to get out of left field today. It's right down the line, and then that gust just blew it foul. But Gunner hits this one the other way, and that could be trouble. Slicing in the right field corner. Caught on the run. A great defensive jump out there in right field by a player whose name we haven't said a lot, Jay Goring. He is not hitting today. He's being DH'd for by Coulter Mueller, but he makes a phenomenal running catch in right field for the second out. So Colby Field just coming up here, trying to add on to this now 8-5 lead. Pitch here to Colby, ground ball. That's going to get by Nitschke for a single. So Colby Field just, again, we can talk about this, and it'll go underappreciated, kind of like Trent Johnson's effort against LaMoure the first time around went underappreciated when he took the loss off a 6-0 shutout. But Colby Field just being able to go all 120 after questions of how much he had left in the tank was certainly a big, big deal for LaMoure. Runner off and going, there's no chance. So it'll be a stolen base because there was a attempt to try to cover second base, which means they were most certainly thinking about him going to second. So another stolen base here for Colby Field, just in the counts at 1-0. So Fredenberg will take that one up high, and it's now a 2-ball, no-strike count. 2 balls, no strikes. Fredenberg looking to put his team up by 4 with 1 swing of the bat. Colby runs extremely well over there at second base. And that'll be another high and outside fastball. That's now 78 pitches for Vetter. And here's the deal. Now you can start thinking about who you want to throw, because at some you don't have to worry about another game tomorrow. There is no tomorrow if you're South Florida. You got to win this one today, and Vetter just starting to show signs of being a little gassed out there. Not a lot of zip left on the ball, and he is not throwing it with great accuracy. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch. That'll be fouled away by Fredenberg, and the count will now move to a full 3-2. Would not be surprising to me if Vetter can get you through this 5th inning. If you pull him and put Koziak out there, he's got 48 pitches to work with. That'll be foul tipped into the glove, and a big job by the catcher to hold on. And this will be the start of the top of the 6th inning. So LaMoure adds on with the Little League inside the park home run, 8-5. The Lobos lead. They got 6 more outs to get till they can punch their ticket to state.
At County Line
Back here
A,
after the
we
break,
value
here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
At County Line Ag, we value family, community, and a commitment to service. That's why we partner with Legend Seeds, a reliable seed and biological supplier that honors those same values. Backed by our personalized service and support, you can guarantee we have your best interest in mind. From all of us at County Line Ag, good luck to the LaMoure High School baseball players and coaches. Contact Jake Jordal at 320-2308 for your in-season needs and to put our name and Legend Seeds products to work on your operation.
Hi, you got some weeds that need a whacking? This is the tool for you. You buy this kit and you can have a pull saw, brush cutter, or an edger for free. Also at LaMoure Hardware, we have a pair of batteries. You buy these batteries and you get a choice of one of these 8 tools for free.
Easton Theelges now working with an 8-5 lead as we begin our top of the 6th inning. Again, he's not going to have the velocity to blow a lot of guys away. He ended the last inning with a Graham-Low LTD strikeout. But a lot of balls are going to be in play, which means it's going to be a team effort here to try to close this one out. That'll be a strike to start things off. Tomahawk chops at that one up into the air. That looks like it's going to get foul, and it will. So that'll start off the count here at 0-2. The key here for the Mustangs is not the press. It's not trying to hit a home run every time up, even though the ball out of Theelges' hands looked really good. It's just put it in play. The thing, you cannot press in a situation like this. Yes, it's the 6th inning. Yes, you only have this and the next to try to salvage your season. But the worst thing you can do is take hacks at pitches that are not worth hacking at. And he gets jammed on that one, and problem is with Johnson is that you can just see he's loading up with everything he's got, and he's trying to, as hard as he can, just going through the zone, and that is not going to be the best option for him. Again, you need to focus on putting a quality swing on the ball, not the hard one. Bounce it away again. Goes to 1-2. So Easton Theelges now at 35 pitches. Vetter at 81. That'll be swung on and missed, so he does get the punch out there. Second straight Graham-Low LTD strikeout for Easton Theelges. So Easton Theelges coming in for relief of Gunnar Theelges. Got greeted rudely in the 4th inning, and the big swing there was a Berkeley France bases clearing 2-out double. That'll be in there for a called strike. So the count starts off here at 0-1. Since then, the defense has been good behind him. The offense has given him support. And he's been able to at least baffle the bottom part of this order with this slow breaking ball. No balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch here by Easton. That'll be a ground ball over the third. Good throw by Fredenberg needed, and it is one that's going to skip away, and that'll get Oliver to the wall, and that takes a nasty kick. So it'll be a throwing error that'll allow the man to get the second. And I had a man off the hands of Fredenberg. That didn't look like it was going to be an overthrow, but it just kind of had some ride to it, and just never quite came back down from orbit. And that's big. That is bigger than you probably want to admit. Because now that turns the order back around, and now they got a runner on base. Now this is where all the dangerous hitters are. Goebel and Koziak got to focus on getting on base and setting up Berkeley France again. No balls and a strike. And Goebel, he's trying to kill the ball, but the problem is he's killing himself right now with these big swings. And sometimes you get so used to seeing the ball coming in at a certain velocity that when it's coming in slow, you think that you're just going to wallop it over the fence every time. That'll miss off the corner for ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, that's where South Border has to be controlled. They have to be controlled with their swings. Right now, they're trying to crush everything, and they're hitting nothing. They'll be low and outside in the count now at 2-2. Kind of like, that's the thing. It's like, usually you can say look for a pitch in a certain spot. Well, Easton's not going to fool you here. The ball's either going to be in that spot or it's not. And this is going to be hit sharply, and Fredenberg with a dive picks it off the dirt. So Fredenberg with an air makes up for it wholeheartedly by picking at third base and robbing the leadoff man of a hit, and now there are 2 outs. So Koziak trying to keep this inning alive, try to give Berkeley France another opportunity. The biggest thing that could happen for LaMoure right now is bringing up Berkeley France with nobody on to start the 7th inning. Even if he hits a 500-foot home run, the worst thing he could do is make it a 2-run game. That one going to be hit over yonder, off over towards the adjoining road in left field, or strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch by Easton. This is going to be hit high to left field. Not a great break on it. Potts coming in. Got fooled. Lost it in the sun. Runner trying to come around to score from second. The throw. It's a good one. To the plate. Not in time. Got under the throw. Potts came breaking in on that one, trying to find it. Looked like he had a beat on it momentarily, but just lost it, I think, at the last moment. So I would not be surprised here if France gets the free pass. I think you put him on. I know it's the tying run, but man, you gotta take your chances at some point. And France is a big enough boy to hit this through the wind. And he certainly tried to hit it through the wind that time. Maybe that's what they're hoping for. Maybe they're hoping they're going to get France over swinging here and try to do too much. That's going to miss outside. Goes to 1-1. So you can, quote unquote, pitch to France without giving them something to hit. France chases a high one. That one up into the air. Looks like it's going to blow out of play, and it will. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The biggest pitch, the biggest plate appearance of the year for both Berkeley France and Easton Theologist of the season. The pitch fouled away. So France stays at 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Runner at second base. Haven't shied away from pitching to France, despite him rocketing a double, his latest AB. So the 2-2 pitch upcoming here. On the way to France. Hits this one too deep, right field. It's up into the air, gets knocked down. Right fielder lost it momentarily. Potts makes the catch. It was a good about 20 feet shy of the fence. It was in foul territory. France put a ride on it, but the wind, you can blow it a chef's kiss right now if you're the Lobos. That wind knocked it down. That ball was destined for the shack out in right field, and then the wind blew it down, and the Lobos will go into the top of the 7th with at least a 2-run lead. We now go to the bottom of the 6th. The score 8-6 for the Lobos. Back after this break here on 98.3 and over on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Sometimes, finding your place doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments. VCSU offers more than just an education. It offers a path forward, to grow, to lead, to thrive, to discover who you are. Valley City State University. Find your place.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
So we're back here, getting set to begin our bottom of the sixth inning now, 8-6 on the bank forward of Carrington scoreboard. Mason Workin leading off, and it'll still be Vetter out there pitching for the Mustangs. They are in need of a 0 in the worst way possible. That one in there for a called strike one. The 2 runs that have come in off box right now, the difference in this game. They'll be spiked in the dirt, and the count will go to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. You look at 3 runs, 2 have been off box. 1 came off a throwing error that was entirely preventable. And 2 more runs came around off an inside the park home run that all started because of multiple throwing errors. So 7 errors for the Mustangs today. And they are down by 2. That'll be outside. Count to 2-1. So you take a look at everything. You gave them 5 runs. You gave them 5 runs. You can't give LaMoure 5 runs. I'll miss low, and it's a 3 ball, 1 strike count. I'm really surprised they're keeping Vetter in this game, man. You need somebody that can throw up a 0 for you. And Vetter, he's trying his best, but he has given up runs in each of the last 3 innings. And you feel like South Borders right now pretty much pitching, their pitching strategy is for a game that might not happen. So runner comes in, the courtesy run for Working the catcher. And again, I'm just shocked they got Vetter out there. Again, Vetter's battled. It's obviously that, that he's kind of the last of what they have on the mound. But at some point, man, you got to throw a guy out there that's going to give you the best chance to throw up a 0. And I just don't know if that's better right now for South Border. That one misses outside, and again, he's also showing signs of being gassed at 88 pitches. That one hit high over to the right side, so it might stay in play. Martin gave up on it, but it does bang off the top of the shed. We call a press box here in LaMoure, and it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, nobody away. The pitch. Ooh, misses up, and it goes to 2-1. Mustangs. Right field. Problem is he hit it too high, and the ball got knocked down by a wind gust. So both teams have had a home run robbed by a wind gust. One, though, was a foul ball. The other one was a fly out. That'll be a ground ball picked up by the pitcher, Vetter. Now he's got to throw the first, and he throws it away. So he had a chance at second, missed it. Had a chance at first, missed it. And now an error puts 2 men on base with nobody out. South Border, they're not having a team meeting on the mound. They're not having anything. They're going to leave Vetter to his own devices. If I'm LaMoure here, this is when you push your luck. You got the 8-6 lead. This is when you double steal. This is when you stay out of any type of lead runner cut down. Because Koziak hadn't looked like he's capable of throwing anybody out on the base pass today. The last thing you want to see here is a ground ball to third or a ground ball to short, and it winds up being 2. So Logan Potts will now be even up in the count at 1-1. Just, if I was a gambling man, I would try to get 2 men in scoring position. This one, sky high. And now the shortstop comes over, can't make the catch. Left fielder throw to third. And they say safe. And just, the third baseman didn't see it. The shortstop came all the way out, and the third baseman would have had to book it straight back. And no mound visit at all. Just, let's bring up Joey Pont. So the bottom of the order could end this game for LaMoure in terms of giving them an insurmountable lead. And making Easton Thilges comfortable is what they need to focus on. And Easton Thilges is at the dish right now. Or, excuse me, Ponce is at the dish right now. Thilges on deck. So Joey Ponce takes one for a called strike. So the count starts out here 0-1. Infield is pinched in here for the Mustangs. So if you're Ponce, you're focusing on something hard, low, and up the middle. That'll be high for ball 1. Last thing you want to do is hit a line drive to first where the ball's caught and Martin might be able to slap a tag or get to first for a double up. Ooh, not a pitch you want to take a rip at there. High and outside, but the strike gets called and it'll be 1-2. I don't like how far Potts is getting away from first base. Essentially, if anything gets hit right to Martin at first base, he's going to be able to catch it, run to first for a double up. Low and in the dirt. Good block by Koziak. 2-2. About to be pitch number 100 today for Vetter. Vetter looks in at the target, likes what he sees. Into the windup, will kick and fire. And that'll be foul tipped. And this time not able to be squeezed by the catcher. Of course, there is no drop third strike here with nobody out. Runners do not have to leave their bases on a drop third strike. It would just be a regular out. 2-2 count. Vetter looking for a big out. Swing and a miss from Potts, and that's a big Gramlow LTD strikeout. Now, this will bring up Easton Thilges. Well, they're pinching the infield back a little bit. Now, this might be where you drop a bunt. You drop a bunt to first base. Nice little ambush, just drag bunt to first. Take it with you from the right-hand box. That might be enough to get the run in. If they let Easton swing away here, they'll take strike 1. What Easton's looking for is just a high chopper. A high chopper will do the trick. Just high chopper, just bounce it right between third and short to give them no play. Runners off and going. Bunt is shown and doesn't get it down. He gets contact, which is the important thing on a bunt, on a squeeze like that. That if you just make contact, even if it's foul, all right, reload and re-go. You miss, though, that's an opportunity to give the opposition a freebie. Vetter into the slow windup will kick and fire. Easton will take high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You're up 8-6, but you'd certainly like a couple more runs of insurance. The 1-2. High into the air. This has a chance to stay in play. No, it catches a bit of the wind and gets pushed back. That's also a thing you got to consider. A ball that might stay in play. Because that ball, another Gramlow strikeout. I tell you what, Vetter gets out of this. If Vetter gets himself out of this, this is a terrific effort on his behalf. So Vetter trying here to get his team out of this jam. Oh, there's no ball and a strike. And sprinklers have turned on. And why not? The sprinklers have turned on. So there was a power surge here. That's what happened. There was a power surge. So if you were watching the stream, you might have seen a bit of a flicker or whatnot. So I saw it on my computer. I saw that we lost power for a moment. And when we lost power, I was kind of looking around being like, uh-oh, that's bad. Well, the sprinklers came on. So there was a power surge here in LaMoure. And it's still 8-6 here. So y'all are still with me. It's 8-6, 0-1 count. Still bases loaded here for LaMoure. Top of the order due up here. Barnick with a big AB. That one in there for a strike, and the count will go to 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Vetter trying to prove he is the man that can get that big zero. The pitch swung on and missed, and Vetter, after all that, does throw up the big-time zero. So we now go to the top of the 7th. Still a 2-run game, still a chance for South Border back here after the break here on 98.3 and on the KDEC YouTube channel.
Looking to do business with a company that has vision? Choose James Valley Grain, a farmer-owned cooperative with a focus on growth, prosperity, and community. When you work with JVG, your profits stay local. With locations in Oaks, Verona, and Berlin, James Valley Grain is proud to be community and farmer-focused. Call 742-5200 today. That's 742-5200. Or look at our website at www.jamesvalleygrain.com. James Valley Grain, proud to be farmer-owned.
The Flair Boutique of New Rockford would like to wish the team good luck in today's game. The Flair Boutique and Coffee Shop has a new dirty soda menu. Try the Coconut Coast, Sunrise Dirty Dr. Pepper, or Strawberry Shortcake. Yum! Come see them from 7 to 5 Monday through Friday and some Saturdays. Find the Saturday schedule on Facebook. Try the new drinks and see their new spring-summer clothing collections. The Flair Boutique of New Rockford is located on Central Avenue in New Rockford. Go Rockets!
Ashley Medical Center working for Cole Nitschke set to lead off this inning. And out in front of that one, and that'll be strike 1. So Easton Field just trying to nurse this 2-run lead home. He dealt with the big bat of France. Now Nitschke hits this one. Need a good throw here from Fredenberg. It's a slightly low one, but a good stretch over by Hansen. Will make it out number 1. It's a weird situation. On one case, you want the ball to be hit for you because you want to make a good play. On the other hand, you're kind of cool if that ball doesn't find you. So this will be Chase Martin coming up, and this is going to have to be the most agonizing practice of patience for South Border. Again, a slow pitcher like Easton Thieldjus, and he swings at one he didn't need to swing at. That's going to be inside, and that'll be brought in by Gunner for out number 2. So, 2 outs. Nobody on. Down by 2. The mindset for South Border has to be one of sheer vitriol and arrogance of, I am not going to make the last out of this game. Whether it's by getting hit by a pitch, whether it's getting a hit, you just have to drag Easton Thieldjus into deep waters. Good, controlled, easy swings. Nobody's got to be the hero here, but you need everybody to do their job and keep the line moving. Thieldjus has done a great job in relief, though. That one in there. Count now at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. South Border won the first game. To force this second, now they need to find a way to get 2 runs across to keep their season alive. That misses low inside. 3 ball, 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch here by Easton Thieldjus. In there for a strike. So now South Border down to their last strike, their last out of the season. Easton Thieldjus trying to pitch LaMoure to the state title or the state tournament. This one laced up the middle, and it'll live on for 1 more batter. So one more batter. Now, here we go. The line has moved. So Vetter doesn't make the last out. He threw up a big 0. Now he's hoping his teammates behind him can give him a chance. He'll have to start here with Coulter Mueller. The pitch to Mueller. Misses high. 4-1. One ball, no strikes. In there for a strike. 1-1. Field just in no hurry. Not, well, I would say he wasn't paying any mind to the run at first. He just took a glance back. Ooh, slow bender just catches the bottom corner outside, and that's going to move the count to 1-2. So, once again, Easton Theologians one pitch away from pitching his team to the state tournament. The pitch swung on and missed, and that'll do it. LaMoure punches its ticket to the state. Easton Theologians punches out Coulter Mueller, and that will send LaMoure to the state tournament. They hold on after dropping the first game of this championship round, and they will take the top honors here in Region 3. So LaMoure punches its ticket to state. Easton Theologians picks up the victory on the mound. And if you are South Porter, all you can do is look up at the scoreboard and see those 8 errors and know that, there is nobody to blame but yourselves in this one, as just you look at some of the runs they gave away off of errors, off of balks, and, it is an agonizing defeat for South Porter, but congratulations to LaMoure for the win here. They win 8-6. Again, they move on to the state tournament. I want to thank you all for tuning in to this entire tournament we've had here on 98.3 and over on the KDAC YouTube channel. Thank you all for listening. This is Jerry Edwards signing off.